Open Mic Production presents The Nosebleed Section with Zach Roach and e003.
Welcome to the Nosebleed Section, sponsored by OpenMicProduction.net. I'm Zach Roach.
I'm e003.
Shout out to our producer, Kevin Winston. We got a big show for you today. We're talking Bears versus Packers. We're doing NFL preview and review. And we have a big-time interview with Boone the Potter. He's going to tell us about the NFL rookies. And also, before we go any further, we want to send all our condolences to all the families that were affected in the Las Vegas shootings. Now, Bears versus Packers. What happened?
Well, the Bears' defense disappointed us by allowing the Packers to march down the field on the first drive. They got a touchdown. So the Bears finally get the ball, and on the very first play action by Glennon, he goes back to pass the ball, holding the ball too long. Zach Miller's open right there on the out route, but he fumbles the ball, strip sack, which led to a touchdown by Randall Cobb. Now the Bears are down 14-0 right off the bat. Right, yeah, the game is pretty much over with. So, and later on, the Bears defense woke up. McPhee got a third down sack. Leonard Floyd finally got his first sack of the season on third down. But Mike Glennon strikes again with an interception to Clinton Dix, and so which led to a bomb by Jordy Nelson, and 21-0, 2 thumbs down for the Bears performance.
Absolutely. The Bears get down 21. Now, this is one team with the lack of weapons they got at wide receiver. They cannot afford to get down. So now, Mike Glennon, 4 turnovers. He had 4 turnovers against Tampa Bay. Now that's 8 turnovers in 2 games where they got blew out. And he was pretty much the main causes of the loss.
Right.
And he's supposed to be the game manager.
Right.
What's your thoughts on Mike Glennon? They made the switch. We'll talk about that. Is he done as a Chicago Bear?
Yeah, I believe he's done. I hope that's his last game he ever plays with the Bears. I said even before the Packers game, I said this should be his last game as a Bear. I don't want to see him again. Just get rid of him and maybe draft a quarterback in the 3rd or 4th round next year. No more Glennon. Sanchez should be the backup.
Absolutely. Mike Glennon, awful. He's very slow. He doesn't read the play quick enough. I don't know. To me, Ryan Pace made a big mistake right here, but you want to tell me why you understand the signing. Explain.
Yeah. Here's why I won't blame Ryan Pace for signing Glenn. Okay, a lot of people think I'm crazy right now, but check this out. Now, here's your 2017 quarterback free agent options who actually changed teams this past offseason. Josh McCown, Geno Smith, Case Keenum, Ryan Fitzpatrick, Brian Hoyer, Ryan Mallett, Jay Cuddy, and that's because Tannehill got injured. He's out for the season.
Exactly.
And Mike Glennon. Now, Glennon is the youngest out of that group. He's 27 years old. He only had 18 starts. He threw, in 3 years, he threw 30 touchdown passes and only 15 interceptions in 3 years. And so, basically, there's no way to know that he would throw 8 turnovers in 4 games. And also, my last point about why we shouldn't blame Ryan Pace for signing him is that there's only 2 good starting quarterbacks in the entire NFL who was acquired by their team through free agency, and that's Tyrod Taylor with the Buffalo Bills. He was signed in 2015, and Drew Brees, he signed with the New Orleans Saints in 2006. So that lets you know that it's extremely hard to find a really good quarterback through free agency because teams don't allow great quarterbacks to hit free agency.
I agree with some of that. Now, I was never a fan of the Mike Glennon signing when it happened, but I didn't know he was this bad.
Me neither.
I did not know he was this bad. Like, I figured, okay, he'll come in, he won't turn the ball over, it won't be pretty, but at least he'll manage the game. I didn't know he was this bad. So when you're that bad and you turn the ball over, usually what happens, you get replaced.
Right.
And now the number 2 pick,
all right, it's time.
Mitch Trubisky, Monday Night Football against the Minnesota Vikings. What is your expectations for Mitch?
Well, hey, first of all, the Bears haven't had a Pro Bowl quarterback since 1985. It's about time. It's a long time coming, and hopefully he can make changes here. I expect some shotgun from the Bears.
Yes.
Spread them out because the Vikings think they're just going to try to ground and pound, put 8-9 in the box like they did Glennon, spread them out. Go ahead. He's great in the pocket, and he can move around. He's very accurate. You do some bootleg plays, and I expect him to not come out the gate like Dak Prescott because he already had a Pro Bowl receiver, Pro Bowl tight end, best offensive line in the league.
Absolutely.
He's going to have his bumps, but hopefully we can see some potential on Monday Night Football.
I definitely agree with you. I think what the play action is going to be a lot more used. Now you can roll a quarterback out, so if they can fake it to chicken salad or Jordan Howard, now it's going to be much more deceptive because you got a quarterback that can run to the outside, you can run the read option. Like you say, you can go in the shotgun. He's a very accurate passer. So, but we haven't seen it. This is his first start, so we're going to see. So we're going to see how he performs under the lights because everyone's going to be watching. All the Bears fans, including us, we're going to be tuned in. So I'm very curious to see how he handles the bright lights. But from what I've seen so far and the way he carries himself, I think he can handle it. Now, what is your key matchup for this game?
The key matchup for this game is pretty much the Bears front seven, as usual, stopping the running game of the Vikings. You know, Delvin Cook's out for the season, so
big injury right there.
We should definitely stop that. We don't know if Sam Bradford is playing or not. They like to dink and dunk a lot. Just keep him in front of you. Get off the field on third down. They didn't do a good job of that against the Green Bay Packers, and just give Mitch a chance to win the game for you.
Absolutely. I go back to what I've said the last 2-3 weeks. The offensive line and running the football. Even though Mitch is in the game now, we still are a running team, and we still going to have to be able to run the football in order to win the game. I think it's going to be a great game. It's going to be a great atmosphere. Who you got winning?
I got the Vikings winning. It's going to be 24-10 Vikings. Mitch is not going to win his first game as a Bear.
I'm going to shock a few people here.
Okay.
I'm going Bears, 17-13. I think the absence of Dalvin Cook, and if Sam Bradford is not playing, I think the Bears will have a chance, and I think they'll get them at the end. Wow. Bears 17-13. I think Jordan Howard will have a good game, and I think the Bears defense will show up in this game, and I think it's going to be huge.
Chicago will go crazy with that.
Yes.
You're watching the Nosebleed section. My suggestion is keep it watching. It's a good show. Trust me. Or not.
Welcome back to the Nosebleed section, sponsored by OpenMicProduction.net. I'm Zach Roach.
I'm Adewale.
We just got done talking about how the Bears got thrashed on Thursday night, but it was a lot of other good games though this past weekend. The first one, another NFC North battle, the Vikings versus the Lions. What was your thoughts on that?
Oh yes, this is a tight game going in. It was hard to predict. At halftime, it was a defensive battle. The Vikings had a 7-6 halftime lead. But in the third quarter, the sensational rookie from Florida State, running back for the Minnesota Vikings, was running with the ball. He tore his ACL and fumbled at the 30-yard line. He's out for the season. That sucks for the Minnesota Vikings. That play led to the Lions' first touchdown of the game by Abdullah to put the Lions up 14-7. Now, the Vikings blew a couple of opportunities. They had two good opportunities in the red zone to score some points. They came up with 0. But anyway, they still had a chance to win the game with under 2 minutes to go as Case Keenum was driving down the field. But Adam Thielen caught the ball, and the Pro Bowl safety Glover Quinn peanut punched the ball from Adam Thielen. Lions recovered the ball. Game is over.
Game is over. That was definitely a good game. Very intense game. Very bad injury for Dalvin Cook because he was one of the most great rookies that's really running the ball real well for Minnesota, and he will be missed by the Vikings.
Yes, he will.
Another good game, Mile High. Mile High. AFC West, Raiders versus the Broncos. What was your thoughts on that?
Yeah, it's hard to win in the mountains. So Oakland versus Denver, great play by the Broncos tight end, Derby. He 22-yard touchdown catch. Caught it with one hand at the 7-yard line. So far it is. Caught the ball at the 7-yard line with his right hand, ran all the way into the end zone, never grabs the ball with the other hand. Very, very fancy and impressive. So the Broncos up 7-0 with that score, but your boy Derek Carr threw a bomb to Johnny Moulton.
That was a great pass.
Yes, great, right on the money.
Yes.
Put the Broncos had a 10-7 lead at halftime. So with the Broncos with a 16-7 lead, the guy Derek Carr goes back for a pass. He gets sacked and he hurts his back, out for the game. We hear that he's out for 2 to 6 weeks now.
Yes.
E.J. Manuel had to hop in the game. The Raiders down 16-10. Still a chance to win the game with under 2 minutes to go, but E.J. Manuel threw an interception. Intercepted by Broncos safety Justin Simmons. Game over.
The Broncos defense is ridiculous at home.
It is.
You cannot do nothing on them. I promise you. They get to the quarterback. You can't run on them. Their run defense is unreal. I've never seen run defense like that.
Check
before.
this out. 24 total rushing yards by the Oakland Raiders team against the Broncos.
Wow. That is their biggest run. They gave up a 21-yard against the Chargers in the first week of the season. Ever since then, it's just they're not giving up anything.
Yes.
And in the no-fly zone, you can't pass on them. Crabtree didn't do nothing. Mark Cooper didn't do nothing. Their defense at home, when they're at home, they are unreal.
Yeah, they're hard to beat.
Denver Broncos now 3-1, second in the AFC West behind the Kansas City Chiefs. Raiders 2-2. Steelers versus the Ravens, another rivalry, AFC North. What was your thoughts on that?
Well, this was a defensive battle in the middle of the second quarter with the Steelers up 6-0, but the running back for the Ravens, Collins, fumbled the ball at his own 30-yard line. This led to a touchdown by Le'Veon Bell to put the Steelers up 13-0. Le'Veon Bell had 144 yards rushing to break out finally.
Yes.
And with under 2 minutes to go in the second half, Martavis Bryant went off on a drive, caught a couple of big passes, which led to a touchdown by the rookie wide receiver for the Steelers, Juju Smith-Schuster, to put the Steelers up 19-0. The Ravens never recovered. They had 3 total turnovers and got sacked 4 times. Their offense looks pathetic.
Their offense is almost as worse as the Bears right now.
Exactly.
I think Joe Flacco from Super Bowl MVP, since that Super Bowl MVP, their offense has not been good at all.
Yeah.
So the Ravens got to really fix that offense if they really want to compete in the AFC North right now, or the Steelers is going to run away with that division.
No doubt.
Bottom line. Now, it was some NFL upsets this week. Let us know. Tell us.
Well, yeah, the Buffalo Bills went to Atlanta and beat the defending NFC champions.
Buffalo 3-1 now.
3-1, they looking good. Pleasant surprise there for Buffalo. Carolina went to New England and beat Tom Brady.
That was a big win for Carolina. I know the New England defense ain't playing as good right now, but that was a big win for them. The whole talk was Cam lost it. He's not the same Cam Newton, and he showed up.
Yes, he did. Yes, he did. And the other win, the Rams went to Dallas and beat the Ezekiel Elliott.
I'm really starting to like the Rams. I am really starting to like the Rams. Their quarterback, Jared Goff, has shown so much improvement from last year to this year. I don't know if it's the coach, I don't know what it is, but he's slinging that ball, and Todd Gurley is back.
And don't forget about that defense with Aaron Donald. He's back. He's not holding out anymore. They held Dallas to only 6 points in the second half.
Made some key adjustments. Wade Phillips, the defensive coordinator, did great in that game.
Yeah.
Hey, I don't want no problems, and I'm sure you don't either. So what I think you should do is go to openmicproduction.net. They got the shop, they got team crew, they got the lunchroom, they got the nosebleed section, they got all kind of stuff going on. They got Just King and his funky music. Hey, bro, I don't know who's over there doing it, but they're doing it. Whatever it is, they're doing it.
Welcome back to the Nosebleed section. I'm Zach Roach.
I'm Adi Wale.
Sponsored by openmicproduction.net. Shout out to our big-time producer, Mr. Kevin Winston. We got a big-time interview. We got Mr. Boone Apata here. He's here to talk to us about NFL rookies. Now, it's been a lot of sensational rookies this year. It's been a lot of disappointing rookies this year. But the week 4, quarter way through the season, what is your best offensive rookie and best defensive rookie so far?
All right, thanks for having me on the show, Roach and Adi Wale. I want to go in with saying that my most impressive rookies on the defensive side starts off with Malik Hooker. He has 3 interceptions starting off. I like the cornerback for the Eagles, Rasul Douglas. He has an interception. He really dominated Brandon Marshall in that game versus the Giants.
Yes.
And he got an interception to kind of really, seal the deal with that. You got to mention Marshawn Lattimore. He has a forced fumble, and he has a high pick. So he should make some noise later on. The tacklers, I like Kendall Beckwith for the Bucks, the linebacker. He has 22 tackles. And I also like Tre'Davious White, the cornerback, for the Bills. He has 21 tackles. But to be more specific, the guys I really like is Malik Hooker. He has 12 tackles for the Colts. He had a big-time interception versus the Carolina Cardinals towards the end of the game, even though they already lost.
Oh, the Arizona, okay.
I mean, the Arizona Cardinals, even though they lost. So I really like Malik Hooker. And for the offense, I like, of course, Hunt. Kareem Hunt. I'm sorry about that. He has a total of 659 yards from scrimmage, and he's leading. He's set to break a record for the NFL.
Right.
Kareem Hunt also has 502 yards rushing.
Leads the league in rushing.
Leads in rushing, 4 touchdowns, although he did fumble that on his first carry of the season.
Ever since then, though, it's been lights out.
It's been going crazy. So his other rookie that he's competing with on the offensive end is Deshaun Watson, the quarterback from Houston. I know one of your favorites.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, Deshaun Watson. Yeah, you know, he has 811 passing yards. All right, 7 touchdown passes with 4 interceptions. He ran for 2 touchdowns on 19 carries for 148 yards. Wow. So he really been snapping. And I want to give y'all one last guy on defense. Tre'Davious White. I mentioned him earlier with 21 tackles. He was a 27 overall pick. But keep in mind, he leads the NFL with 8 pass deflections.
That's big time. That's big time.
That's big time. He has 2 forced fumbles, and he picked one of those up and ran for a touchdown.
Okay.
Wow. We talked about all these rookies. Who's your most surprising rookie?
Okay, my most surprising rookie, believe it or not, is a guy from the Bears, Tariq Cohen, a 4th round pick. The human joystick. He really is surprised me. I mean, the guy has 30 carries for 181 yards.
Yes. And
keep in mind, he leads all rookies with receptions for 24 catches.
Okay.
Wow.
At running back. Wow. So he really surprised me. And on the defensive end, I really like the Bucks linebacker. I mentioned him earlier, Kendall Beckwith. He's a 3rd round pick. And he has 22 tackles, and I think he's going to really just take over and lead that team in tackles.
Wow. Yeah, so I got a question for you. Okay. So which rookie that was drafted in the 1st round, which one of those rookies are underachieving right now?
Well, I'll tell you what, I can give you a couple of them, and I was really high on this guy before the draft. And we're going to start off with O.J. Howard, the rookie, 1st round pick, 19 overall for the Bucks. I thought he was going to do a lot, but unfortunately only had 4 catches. He do have 92 yards and 1 touchdown, but the way he was just really put out there as the best tight end, a big tight end draft, I thought he was
big time in Alabama.
He was big time in Alabama, so I thought he would do more. They said he was holding back. He was going to do a lot of big noise when he gets to the NFL. I'll give you guys another one, another 1st round pick, John Ross. John Ross for the Bengals. He was picked 9th in the 1st round. High pick, top 10. This guy
super fast,
but I wasn't big on him going to the draft. I thought he was just speed, and he had a lot of drops in college. This guy only has 1 catch for 12 yards, and he already registered 1 fumble.
Wow. So he's a combine hero.
A combine hero.
It's only been 4 weeks though.
Through 4 weeks, he's a combine hero.
Yeah, just a straight fast runner. Okay. So I'm disappointed in those guys, so I'm going to give you one more. And this guy I think is going to turn it around for us. Well, for me. Jay Jones, the wide receiver for the Bills out of East Carolina.
Right.
Yeah.
This guy caught everything in college. He was looking amazing. He was like a possession receiver that anybody would dream for. Unfortunately, he only have about 4 catches for 57 yards. So the Bills need to get themselves together and get a guy the ball.
Okay. Well, the NFL is really buzzing about Tariq Chicken Salad Cohen. He was drafted in the 4th round by the Chicago Bears. He's sensational right now. So my question to you is there any other rookies that was drafted after the 3rd round who is exceeding expectations?
Okay, I'm going to give you a guy on the defensive end. This is a defensive end. He plays for the Bengals, another Bengal. He was a 4th round pick, and he is Carl Lawson. All right, he's from Auburn.
Yes.
All right, and right now, after 4 weeks, he has 2.5 sacks.
Okay.
So I know the Bengals is 1-3, but I think he's really helping out the defense.
Wow.
Okay, so that's my guy I give you.
All right. What rookie you see on the rise right now?
All right, we already went over Watson, so he's definitely on the rise because the last 2 weeks he put up phenomenal numbers. But I'll give you a couple of guys that really been putting in some work the last 2 weeks. And we're going to start off with Alvin Kamara, the Saints running back.
Yeah, he's been playing really good ball.
Yeah, they really been using him out the backfield, catching receptions. I think he has.
That's why Adrian Peters can't get on the field.
Yeah, I agree. I like his stats. In week 2, he had 3 catches for 51 yards, and he's really building up. He also had a touchdown in week 4, so he's steady rising and climbing up. I like Christian McCaffrey. Everybody knows him from his college days, but just in week 3, he had 9 catches for 101 yards.
Wow.
So I think they really started hitting him, and you see the Panthers won their last game.
Right.
So I think they're really using him.
Absolutely. I think I agree with you 100%. Now, the last question, we're Bears fans. Mr. Mitch, starting, gets to start on Monday Night Football. What's your thoughts for him?
I have great expectations for Mitch Trubisky. I'm going to just hit y'all with the meat and potatoes right now. I think he's going to join Kamar Hunt and Deshaun Watson in running for the Rookie of the Year, only playing 12 weeks in the season. He has a great offensive line in front of him. He can roll out the pocket. He can throw the ball short to Cohen if nothing's open down the field. And I think he's going to make all kind of phenomenal plays, low interceptions, high percentage of completions. I think he's going to go a long way and really turn around the Bears season.
Well, you just made me excited.
Go to Winston Auto, they been there for years. 95th and Vincennes, go on in and meet a Winston. Yeah, they been in business for years, over 30 years and counting, cause they do good business. Does your car look like this? Take it down to Winston Auto when I bet it can get fixed. Estimates are free and the work is guaranteed for life. Auto body, paint jobs, framework and sales. Insurance jobs, yes they do them as well. If you need your car fixed, go and see them for yourself.
Welcome back to the Nosebleed section. I'm Zach Roach.
I'm Adi Wale.
Sponsored by OpenMicProduction.net. Shout out to our big time producer, Mr. Kevin Winston. The Chicago Cubs back in the playoffs, third straight year. How is that going?
Oh, yeah, it's great, man. Great for Chicago because we got the Bears who suck. We got the Bulls who's about to suck this season. The White Sox are rebuilding. The Blackhawks disappointed us by getting swept in the first round last year. So now we got the Cubs, the best team in town. Got to root for them.
Cubs 108 years without winning the World Series. Now they win one. Now they have a chance to maybe repeat. Going against a strong Nationals team with very strong pitching. Do you think the Cubs could win the series and repeat and go back to the World Series?
Oh yeah. Cubs all the way.
I believe the Cubs can. I believe long as we get Lester pitching good, long as we get Arrieta healthy, Hendricks keep pitching the way he's pitching. He's been dominant the last 9 games of the season. One of the best pitchers in the National League. And we need our superstars to show up, Mr. Anthony Rizzo and Chris Bryant. If that happens, we have a great chance to win. And the Cubs could repeat. And that'd be crazy.
No doubt.
Big time weekend of football. We've already talked about the Monday night spectacle with the Bears and the Vikings. Now, big time game in Dallas. Playoff rematch in the regular season, but it's still a rematch. Mr. Aaron Rodgers travels down to Dallas to play Dak and the Cowboys. Who you got?
Oh yeah, this is a big revenge game for the Cowboys. The Packers kicked the Cowboys out the playoffs last year, and I'm going with the Cowboys. I don't see them losing back-to-back home games. They have Ezekiel Elliott, Dak Prescott. They need to bounce back. So I got the Cowboys winning 35-30.
I think it's going to be a good game. Mr. Aaron Rodgers, you can never count him out. He's maybe the best quarterback in the NFL, arguably. But the Cowboys right now, they're reeling after that loss to the Rams. The Packers have a lot of injuries right now. We got to see who's going to play running back for them this weekend. But I think it's going to be a good game. But I'm going to go with the Cowboys. I think Mr. Zeke Elliott comes out with at least 150 yards and 2 touchdowns. I got the Cowboys 31-24. But it's going to be a good game. Seahawks at the Rams. Who would have thought this would be the big matchup?
Oh, yeah.
Who would have thought the LA Rams would be 3-1 right now on top of the NFC West and right now in front of the Seattle Seahawks? Who you got in this game?
Well, in this game, I'm really liking the Los Angeles Rams. They haven't made the playoffs since the greatest show on turf in 2003 with Torrey holding all those guys. And this is their chance to finally steal that torch from the Seattle Seahawks and take over this NFC West division. The Seahawks hasn't been looking good. They only beat the 49ers and the Colts, 2 below average teams. The Rams coming off a big win in Dallas. They want to keep the momentum going. They're going to beat the Seahawks 27-20.
I think this is going to be a real good game. Even when the Rams were bad, they have been beating the Seahawks the past few seasons. That's the one team they can always beat, was the Seahawks. But I think this game is going to be different because right now, the Rams are riding high. Everybody's looking at the Rams like, oh, they're playing good. And this is the game I think Russell Wilson comes and shows everybody who's still the top dog in the NFC West. As much as I like the Rams and as much as I like the direction they're going in, I think the Seahawks go to LA and they beat the Rams 24-17. It's going to be a good game. Chiefs at Houston. We got the sensational rookie, Mr. Deshaun Watson. The last 2 games, he has been phenomenal. He destroyed the Patriots. He destroyed the Titans. And now the Chiefs come in undefeated. Best record in football. Who you liking this for?
Hey, you know what? Like you said, Watson, he went to New England, destroyed the Patriots. They should have won that game. Yep. And then they go in and just totally shellacked the Tennessee Titans.
57 points.
57-14
wow.
against the Tennessee Titans, their divisional rival. And so now they're playing the Chiefs at home. if Washington can win this game, he's Rookie of the Year. But I'm going with the Kansas City Chiefs. They have really good defense. They had a scare against Washington and Kansas City.
Which Washington's a pretty good team, so let's not.
They are. But the Chiefs, they have Houston. He's going to sack Watson. I see Watson throwing a couple of picks, and I'm going with the Chiefs 27-14.
Right now, I think the Chiefs are playing really great football on both sides of the ball. They're playing good defense. Offensively, this is the best I've seen Alex Smith play ever. I've never seen him play this good. And then you can add Tyreek Hill along with the Rookie of the Year so far, in my opinion, Kareem Hunt. The way they're running the ball, the explosive plays out there, Kelce across the middles, catching everything right now. I just feel like they are on a roll and they are on a good run right now. I got the Chiefs winning this game 27-17, but I think it's going to be a good one. Now, what is your upset special for this week?
Upset special, the Buffalo Bills, they're 3-1. They're going against the 1-3 Bengals, who look very bad this season. They're looking like one of the most disappointing teams in the league.
They got themselves going against the Browns.
Yes, they did. And I have them winning back-to-back games. I have them beating the Buffalo Bills to bring them down to earth. I've got the Bengals 31-24.
My upset is probably a shocker, but I got Jacksonville beating the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Wow.
I think Leonard Fournette is going to run crazy. I feel like it's going to be close. I think Blake Bortles will actually throw a pass here and there, and I think they will beat the Pittsburgh Steelers. Le'Veon Bell, I like Jacksonville's defense going against Pittsburgh. I feel like they have a good defensive line. They will sack Big Ben a few times, and they will win 24-21. Jacksonville over the Steelers. That is my upset special. Now, we talked about this, the previews, and now a lot of good teams, but not a lot of bad teams as well, too. Who is your most surprising team right now so far?
Okay, this team, they are in the longest playoff drought in American sports, in American professional sports. The Buffalo Bills. They haven't made the playoffs since 1999.
Music City Miracle.
Yes. Their defense is the best. They have the best scoring defense in the NFL, only allowing 13 points a game. They beat the Denver Broncos at home, then followed that up by going to Atlanta and beating the Atlanta Falcons. So they're 3-1 right now. That's my most surprising team in the NFL.
Definitely two back-to-back impressive wins. When you beat Denver and Atlanta back-to-back, I don't care what team you are, that's big time right there. Definitely. Mine is the Los Angeles Rams. Even though I just predicted them to lose, the Rams are very surprising to me. Jared Goff, a lot of people writ him off. They was like, he's going to be a bust. He's not going to be a good number one pick. And he has shown out this year so far. And the Rams are scoring points at a high rate. We barely even saw him score a touchdown last year. And now they're putting up 30s and 40s every week so far through 4 weeks. So the Rams are definitely the team that I'm most impressed with. Not to mention Aaron Donald stopped this holdout. He's back. So now they're playing good defense. Watch out for the Rams. Now, we talked about disappointing and teams that surprise us. Week 4, quarter way through the season, 4 weeks in, what's your top 5 teams?
Top 5 teams right now, I have the Green Bay Packers at number 5. I have the Atlanta Falcons at number 4. The Denver Broncos at number 3. The Buffalo Bills, surprising everyone, at number 2.
Wow.
And number 1, the Kansas City Chiefs.
Wow. That's Bills number 2, huh?
Yes.
Wow, okay. I got the Philadelphia Eagles. I think Carson Wentz, Alshon Jeffrey, huge pickup. They are playing some good football right now in the NFC East at number 5. The Detroit Lions right now, Matthew Stafford is going for MVP right now. He's up there. Denver Broncos, best defense in the NFL right now. Admire how they're unstoppable. You can't score on them. The Atlanta Falcons, they took a setback with their loss to the Buffalo Bills, but I got them as number 2. I still think they're the most potent team in the NFL. The number 1 is the Chiefs. Offense, defense, they got it all right now. Special teams, whatever you need. The Kansas City Chiefs are my number 1 team right now in the NFL.
Okay, who's your most disappointing team in the NFL right now?
The New York Giants. Okay. They can't block. Eli Manning, it looks like a shell of himself right now. Odell Beckham definitely having injury problems right now. He's getting fined for doing stuff he shouldn't be doing. We're not even going to get into that. I just feel like the Giants, they were picked by a lot of people to go to the Super Bowl.
Yes.
And they don't look like it.
What about Brandon Marshall?
I'm trying not to get on Brandon Marshall. I try my best, but yes, every team he goes to, they just fall apart. I don't get it. I don't understand it. But it's just something about his presence. Now, I'm not blaming the 0-4 start on him. He just got to the Giants. But the Giants were a playoff team last year, 11-5. But the biggest problem with the Giants is they did not improve that offensive line. And they were struggling with that last year. So that's why they're the most disappointing team, especially with those expectations.
True. And yeah, my most disappointing team is the Los Angeles Chargers.
You're right.
Right. Their kicking game is very unreliable, and also their run defense. They have Joey Bosa and they have Ingram off the edge to sack the quarterback, but you can't sack the quarterback if you can't stop the run.
Right.
Okay, so and the fans don't show up to their stadium in LA. You have a bunch of Philadelphia fans at their stadium. Maybe they need to go back to San Diego. Okay, go back to San Diego. LA doesn't want you. Come on, Chargers, go back south to San Diego.
I don't think LA is really an NFL town. I think it's USC. They like USC out there, and that's it. Because maybe the Rams will start getting some fans though, because they're winning right now. So maybe they'll start coming and checking. And the Rams used to be in LA, so that might be a different thing right there. And you've been watching the Nosebleed section on OpenMicProduction.net. I'm Zach Roach.
I'm Adi Wale.
Shout out to our big time producer, Mr. Kevin Winston. Next week, we got a big time show. We got our NBA preview. Mr. Terrence Cavan will be here. Also, we want to thank Mr. Boone Apata for his big time rookie interview. Dope interview. Go on OpenMicProduction.net. Go ahead and watch The Lunchroom. Go watch Team Crew and much more. Until then, we out.
Hey, I'm the Lunchbox. You know, from the Lunchroom, the podcast. Well, anyway, this is my commercial to tell you this is the perfect time for you to come check us out. Please.